Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a telephone that we've had. This is a Chinese hand-carved dragon telephone, and this is Bill's telephone. And basically, it's kind of been an ongoing project because of the fact that a lot of the boards that we were finding were too large to fit into the cavity of the telephone. And so everything had to basically be just perfect. And we've got a lot of issues to deal with this telephone for the simple fact that it was a speakerphone and we needed the exact size. This is the original board that is the dialing board, but we needed an exact size board that would fit in either smaller. And on a speakerphone, basically what happens is most of the time the boards are larger, but we also needed a speakerphone board that would support the two eyes, and this is the wiring that comes off of the LEDs for the eyes for the dragon because they light up green. And then we have another pair of wiring that supports a light in the ball of fire when the telephone rings. So basically we needed the exact just the exact situation. And so we have finally came up with a board that supports, this is the main PC board here, and it is connected. I made all of my connections to the dialing board now from the main PC board, and what you see here is kind of in the middle of a road process. We also have 4 connections here for our handset. So this is the handset to the Dragon phone, and that is not connected up yet. I have been doing some designing with these with a situation here for the handset, because basically the speakerphone board only worked off one speaker and one transmitter mic. But in this situation, what we're going to have is we're going to have a handset involved in this. So what we need to do is we have a microphone in the handset and a receiver in the handset. So basically, coming off this one board, and back here we have a microphone that comes out of the telephone for the speakerphone, and then we're going to have a speaker. So basically what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to run off the main PC board up to a hook switch, or up to the hook switch, and split the microphone and transmitter from the main board speakerphone when we pick up the handset. So it gets pretty elaborate, and this is basically just in the design mode right now. We have a lot of it done, but we still have a lot to do. We added a switch for the ringer element, the piezo buzzer. This is the piezo buzzer, and we added that. We also had to put some more holes in the speaker. They had this routed out originally for a little speaker, and just so happens our speaker is the same size. So I had to router out some more holes, and basically what I want to show you is what the telephone board looks like now. This is a little switch for the ringer element to be able to turn it off and on. This is some holes for the ringer element, and then we have some holes that we added so that the speaker, so now it kind of looks like a get this out of the way here, kind of looks like a snowflake now, instead of just the original person who designed this telephone just had some lines going, kind of look like a star or something, but now it kind of looks like a snowflake. But I'm going to do a few tests here, just kind of the middle of the road here. I'm going to go ahead and ring the telephone. And then when you switch the switch up, I didn't want the switch to stick out too much. That turns it off, and it's still ringing. But I'm going to turn it on a ring cycle here, and I'll wait a second for that ring cycle to come back. So now our switch works, and we still have to wire up our piezo buzzer. I'm going to stop the ring, and I'm going to reach around and hit the speakerphone. Now we have a volume control over here for the speakerphone. And when this is mounted, it's going to sound more like that. I may leave it at one volume. I'm going to dial a number, and I'm going to talk. And if you see that red light, that's the speakerphone microphone picking up my transmit. And so anyway, just that kind of shows you that the microphone is in the phone. You know, there might be some feedback issues that we're going to have to take care of, so I may have to put a microphone that's a little less sensitive, because as you can see, it's the analyzer's picking up my transmission here, and I may have a little too sensitive of a mic in it, but you can see that 100% modulation. But let's go ahead and dial some numbers. I'm going to try to reach back here and a little difficult to do. Turn off the speakerphone, turn it back on, and hit redial. So it's just some in the middle of the road project here, and we're going to have to try to get some of these things straightened out and get some of the, you know, a little further along into the design and kind of deal with these issues one at a time. But this is just to show you a little bit of what's going on at this point. Now I might also, and you can see the transmission because we're still on speakerphone, that red light on the analyzer. I'm going to go ahead and reach around here and hang up the telephone if I can get to it. That turned it off. We're just going to have to take these things one at a time and get everything straightened out. And like I said, there might be a little feedback with this microphone that I have in the telephone for the speakerphone. And I actually had to router out. You can see how thick these sides are in the front here. And I actually had to, what they did was they just drilled a hole through that and stuck a speaker in there originally. Well, you have to router that out and get the speaker down into the front of the panel at the base of the phone so that it'll pick up your modulation, pick up the sound. And so I actually had to router that out all the way up to the edge of the inside here. And I'll try to show you that in the future, but it's, you know, I wanted to explain to you that I had to router that out and get the microphone in there deeper, just like we had to router or, you know, drill out some more holes and router out a little opening for our switch to get our switch, because the thickness of the bottom panel, you want to be able to at least flip your switch. So now you can, now there's enough of the switch sticking out that you can slide it one way or slide it the other. And I'll go ahead and ring the phone again. I turned it off. I'm going to turn it back on. So that gives you an idea of what we're looking at and what's going on. The sun's pretty bright today, so we're getting a little reflection, but that gives you an idea of what's going on. I'll go ahead and stop the ringer. So at this point, we're just kind of in the middle of the road, but I do believe this is the only board that I have like this, and hopefully I'll be able to get a few more boards like this just to have some backup, because this is the only one I had, because I wanted to get just one to design the phone out and make sure everything was going to work and that we were able to overcome any obstacles that, you know, kind of got in the way, and see how everything came out. But basically, we'll have to wire up the Dragon's eyes. We want to wire up the light, the LED for the fire when the telephone rings, the ball of fire on the Dragon. So it's just kind of in the middle of the road now. But this board is the best situation that we've had so far, and it looks like it's going to be a go. I may take something with the volume control over here and try to put it on the bottom of the board. I really didn't want to take this volume control and router this out, because I'd have to router out a large part of the side of the telephone just to be able to slide up and down the volume. When I do believe we'd probably be better off going through the bottom board, the cover underneath the telephone. And most of the time what we can do here is, you know, just set the volume at a certain level, and you know, I don't know how Bill feels about just setting it at all the way up like they had it originally and leaving it like that. It would be nice to have some control over it. So I think the control is going to be some kind of an issue on the bottom, and you probably set it at a reasonable level and probably leave it there. You probably won't have to keep turning it up and down. You'll probably get used to it at a certain level. Although phone calls sometimes need to be turned up or turned down depending, but I think it would be simply simple enough to do it underneath than try to take a whole bunch of wood out of the side here and mount, and then you'd have a slice on the side of the phone where you would slide up and down this volume control. So it might get a little, you know, cosmetically, I don't know that I want to do that here on the side. So it's just one of those things. We'll just have to trial and error it and try to get across every obstacle here that we can. But the telephone is further along than it's ever been, just because of the simplicity of this board, having what we need and being the size that will fit into the cavity. So it's looking good, and at this rate, if things continue to work out and we don't have any problems with this board, this telephone should be finished up here pretty soon. So just kind of shows you the middle of the design and what kind of things that we are going through just to try to get everything to work properly. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.